Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Happy National Bourbon Day. I figured we had to celebrate this National Bourbon Day with a classic, so I'm going with Buffalo Trace. I haven't tried it yet, and you know, I was gonna do the Blantons over here, but I figured my first Buffalo Trace product has to be the classic Buffalo Trace, and it just so happens to be on sale at the local LCBO this month. So I figured, why not? You know, it's $3 off. Everyone raves about it, and I think this is the last staple bourbon that I actually need for the collection. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any other staple bourbons you think I should have as a beginner on the shelf. Obviously, I've already branched out into more intermediate things, but that doesn't mean I don't want to try all the beginner stuff. Anyways, so let's move this whole table now. So, without further ado, let's get into some whiskey business. Alright, hope you enjoyed that little intro there. Let me know what you think of that intro, by the way. Yeah, part of me feels like the intro is a little bit quiet. I should add some music, but I don't know. I tried to keep it short, simple. And yeah, so let me know also what you guys are pouring on National Bourbon Day. Obviously, this is going to be uploaded probably into the future because I'm backlogged. I'm trying to get all the videos edited and up. But let me know, anyways, what you guys sipped on. You know, I really wanted to go with something nice. Obviously, we still got lots of the night to kill, so I'm going to be sipping on some other stuff, but I figured we'll start it with the Buffalo Trace here. So let's open this up before we talk a little bit about it. Nice. Absolutely love it. You know, I really just think Canadian bottles are sealed very poorly. I think they just send the outcasts to Canada. What the fuck is this? This is worse than the Knob Creek right now. Wow. Come on. Don't make me pull out the fucking... Just there. I'm just gonna tear it off. Not a clean break, but who cares? Can we get a nice pop at least? A little lackluster, but nevertheless, I'm sure you've seen it. Buffalo Trace, synthetic cork. What more can you ask for a budget bourbon? Hopefully, it's a little bit better than the Four Roses standard offering, just because I really didn't like that, unfortunately. But it smells very classic though. Caramel, bit of brown sugar in there, cherry, definitely some oak influence. Lots of vanilla. Very strong vanilla. Alright, well, we're going to let that open up a sec and talk a little bit about it. I'm sure you guys already know about Buffalo Trace. It's bottled at 45% or 90 proof. Non-age statement, but it is said to be anywhere from 7 to 9 years. So we'll say around 8 years. This uses Mash Bill 1 from Buffalo Trace, which is not disclosed, but believed to be a little bit less than 10% rye. They have a rye mash bill as well, which is still non-disclosed, but believed to be at least 52% rye. As well as they have their wheated mash bill, which goes into like Weller and stuff like that. And they have mash bill 2. So this is mash bill 1. Like I said, just under 10% rye is what they say. Everything else is kind of up in the air. This is one of the 6 actually distilleries that stayed open during Prohibition and has changed name and owners many times, and pretty much all of their founders or owners, sorry, have had a bourbon named after them. Blanton's, Weller, E.H. Taylor. What else we got? We got Elmer T. Lee, Stagg. What else do they produce? They produce Benchmark, Sazerac Rye, Van Winkle, Eagle Rare, of course, which I would love to get my hands on, but it is very hard to get here. As well as a random little fact, they actually have their own soda line, which I would love to try. They produce 3 sodas, a ginger beer, a ginger ale, and a root beer, which are 3 of my favorite sodas, actually my top 3 favorite sodas. And that is called Freddy's Old Fashioned Soda. It's named after Freddie Johnson, one of the distillery tourists. He was a 3rd generation distillery tour guide, and in honor of him, they made this soda line, which from what I can tell is only available in Kentucky, or at least the USA. It's not available where I live in Canada, which is very sad. If you guys know where I could find it in Canada, specifically Ontario, that'd be amazing, because I would love to try it. Not a big soda drinker, but I do have a channel with my girlfriend where we review lots of random coolers and sodas and products like that, and I think it'd be a really cool thing to try. So in my neck of the woods, this retails for $42.25 Canadian. Like I said, I got it $3 off, so $39.25. Not a bad price, considering, you know, the gas prices nowadays, and import fees and such, well, and LCBO. So yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. I can't really complain about it, and that's tax included. So, you know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold up to that price tag. I paid 32 something for the Four Roses standard offering, and already from the nose, this is offering a lot more for me and my preferences. But without further ado, guys, I hope you're sipping along with me and you have a nice bourbon here for National Bourbon Day. Obviously, you're not watching this on National Bourbon Day, but cheers anyways, and yeah. A whole lot of vanilla, very sweet caramel, nice dark cocktail cherries, not like the sweet fake maraschino cherries, but more like the real cocktail cherries, the nice bougie ones. I forget what they're called. I have some in my fridge, but I don't know what they're called. Definitely a lot of oak in there. I'm getting honey now. Honey, cinnamon. Let's just read the bottle real quick. This says, the ancient paths of countless buffalo led America westward. Legendary explorers followed these trails, known as traces, through rugged wildernesses to new lands and newfound freedom. One such trace was called the Great Buffalo Trace. Early pioneers who followed this trace settled along the banks of the Kentucky River with plentiful pure limestone water and fertile bottomland. It was no wonder a rich distilling heritage was born on the site of the Buffalo Trace Distillery. As one of the oldest distilling sites in North America, Buffalo Trace remains true to the quality standards established by our ancestors. We invite you to sample a traditional handcrafted bourbon, smooth, confident, fiercely independent. These are the tastes of Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon. So yeah, the pioneers actually would follow the traces of the buffalo, is what they're talking about, to find the fertile land, and as they they migrated around. They followed the stomped over grass that the buffaloes, stomped down, and thus leading them to fertile grounds, perfect for farming, and obviously the limestone water source here that they mentioned. So yeah, anyways, let's get straight into the palate. It's been long enough. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of lime now. Or, is it lime? For a second it was lime, but I want to say it's more orange. Yeah, orange peel for sure. It's a bitter orange. Maybe like an orange oil, actually. Pretty potent. Anyways, cheers. Wow, that's really nice. Mouthfeel, a little bit thin, but enough to coat the mouth, get it watering. Nice, juicy, red, bright fruits. I want to say cherry and apple. Comes in covered in caramel, almost like a fresh, warm caramel apple. You get some nice cinnamon spice in there. Maybe even comparable to like a apple pie with some caramel on it. That's really nice. You get a little bit of heat. I want to say it's not the proof. I think it is more like a peppery spice heat towards the back of the tongue. Overall sweetness just washes over the tongue, and you're left with a little bit of that pepper in the back end. Pepper, cinnamon, slight little bit of bitter oak tannins bring you right into the finish and mellow out with like a nice caramel sweetness. That's really nice. I really have high hopes for some of their other products now, because this is right up my alley. Not too bitter on the finish, not too much oak. The sweetness is there, and then you get a nice spice, and then the sweetness comes back. It's very, I wouldn't say it's very complex, but it's very much a roller coaster in your mouth. It's not super simple. It definitely is blowing the Four Roses standard out of the park. I really like this. You can see the legs on the glass and all the watermarks, but going back to the nose, I'm getting a lot more cherry now. Up on the sides of the glass is where I get that orange oil. It's beautiful. Nice warm spice. Just right at the tip of your tongue, you just get this rush of juicy fruits, but it's combined with like just a really nice warm spice. It's not super hot. I really do like really warm and hot spice, but this is just perfect. It just balances out the sweetness so nicely, and like I said, it's not too bitter, it's not too oaky. I don't like the bitter oak tannins that I get from a few different bourbons, but this is definitely not giving me that. So I think I'm ready to rate this, honestly. This is really nice. So on the nose, I'm gonna have to give that, on 83. It's not super complex, but it's nice. I like it. You get some depth in there. You get the juicy fruits. You get the nice orange oil, the spices, the oak. Overall, well-balanced nose. So yeah. Palate. I'm gonna give that an 85. I really enjoy the first rush. I enjoy the emotional roller coaster it takes you on through all the different notes. The finish, well, we'll go back to the palate. The palate is really nice. I just wish that the mouthfeel was a little bit better, a little bit thicker. It is pretty thin, and I wish it just had a little bit more viscosity to it, but it is only 90 proof, so based on that, yeah, I think I'm comfortable with an 85 on the palate. On the finish, I'd say it's short to medium length. Not super complex. I'm still getting a little bit of spice. It's mainly just spice and oak after the sweetness tapers down. Finish is, let's say a 77. It's there, but it's not really high enough proof to give you that really long finish. Though the flavors the finish does offer is to my liking, not super bitter, like I said. So, yeah, 77 for the finish. Overall, I think I'm gonna rate this an 82. I think it's really good. I think it's definitely deserves a spot on my shelf all the time. Definitely a nice everyday pour. What more can I say? I mean, motorcycle club just driving by. What more can I say? I like it for the price. I'd buy it again. Definitely buy that over the Four Roses. I think I even like it better than the Old Grandad Bonded. It's nice. I really do enjoy it. So let me know what you guys think of Buffalo Trace down below. And I hope you guys are having a great National Bourbon Day and staying safe out there. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm trying to pump out all the rest of the videos that I have backlogged, so stay tuned for all that. We still got lots to get through. Gonna have some blinds coming up soon, but thanks for joining us on this decapitation. This has been Whiskey Business, and I'm out. Cheers.